Hi, beautiful creative one. Let's talk about time management and what that means for you as a creative. First of all, I'm going to introduce myself and let you know why I feel like I can talk about time management. My name is Rose, and I am a maker, a mama, and a lot of things. Why I feel very compelled to talk about time management is this. For the last, I don't know, 18 years, I've worked with and around time in every facet of my career. I probably am like you. I've had a lot of streams of doing things, but the thread that has held together what I do is time. When I was in college, I was managing schedule of a very busy spa. I was scheduling, booking, doing all this. I studied art history, chronology, and I was also a studio artist, so I worked with a lot of deadlines and making and creating. And then later, I worked as an archivist, organizing through a very systematic order artworks. And also, I was working before that in administration, helping students and college administrators work around the deadline, the timeline of the school calendar. So time has been on my mind, but the most important way that I've learned about time is becoming a mother. Fancy that. I am the primary parent, meaning that my husband has been working, my son has been under my care for the past 4 years, and we work around his schedule. I work around my husband's schedule, which is really atypical as a professional musician. So he has a different schedule every day of the week. I've learned to be flexible, and also I've learned how to cultivate a studio practice while being a primary parent. I'm a work in progress, but time has been something that I've figured out how to have a good relationship with. And also how I have learned to be a creative through this lens of realizing that nobody is a victim to time if the framing of time in our life can be a certain way. And so I want to pause here as well and talk about my client work, which for a very long time has been about finding creativity and using your creative voice. But here's the thing, here's a little behind the scenes of what's happening and has been happening, is most of the women I work with talk about how they don't feel like they're enough because they're not on the timeline of so-and-so, or they're comparing themselves to this other person, or they don't have enough time to do this, so therefore they can't be considered an artist. So there's always this theme of time. And I want to pause here and say that if you feel like you have a good relationship to time, but you just need to figure out how to schedule things a little bit better, this is for you too. Or if you feel like you know how to schedule things, but there's another huge thread of what is confusing to you, or you feel overwhelmed with time, this is for you as well. So I want to talk about my 4 tenets, my road map to time management for creatives today. And I'm going to really breeze through this. The deeper work happens in my one-on-one sessions, so please find more information there if you're interested in connecting further and working on time management for you and the uniqueness that you are. So the first tenet, or the first thing that happens when we're seeking time management, is overwhelm. That is the foundation of why probably you're here. Feeling overwhelmed, feeling victim of time, feeling like time is a bully in your life. And the big thing I want you to do with this feeling is to just check in with yourself. Where is that coming from? Check in with your nervous system. What comes up in your body as you feel those things? This aspect of time management is really important and really overlooked, because what happens in a lot of the things that I've read and studied is we just kind of bypass ourselves because we're still trying to fill in time. Well, guess what? You have to be there. And as I explained my life and why I think that I can talk about time management, I'm doing that because I'm reminding you that we're all really unique. We all have unique struggles with time and unique framework for time in our daily life. I don't know anybody who has my life. Like literally, I don't know anybody who has my life or even has a similar life to me. And that's okay because you probably feel the same way. We're all unique in how we live. So this concept of time is big and it's going to feel overwhelming, but you have to check in with yourself, right? That is like the first and most important thing, and also feeling what you feel about managing time and what comes with that. The next principle, the second principle, is going to be start where you are. So I have some resources on that. Please click the link that's in this blog about starting where you are. Basically, it means this: you have everything you need. Now is the time to begin. There is no circumstance that has to be different for you to take that first step. Truly, that's there. Okay. I know it's a big one because I don't believe it half the time. I'm often very prone to wanting things to be a certain way, like the checklist, and then I'll start. But it's really true that elixir of life is starting where you are. And then the third thing is to figure out what you want. Figure out based off of asking yourself. So this is like a huge unpacking. You could probably spend years on this idea, this tenet, this third aspect of this roadmap, which is figure out what you want. Do you want to be a professional artist? Do you want to just do your art? Do you want to create content and just share it and that's enough? Do you want to make money off of this? Do you want this to be your business so that you can quit something else or do something like on the side? There's a lot of ways to be creative. I'm a big fan, you'll see this in some of my other blogs, that the professional route is not for everyone. I'm a big fan for actually dissecting and getting in there of why we think that that's the right thing for us, right? Maybe it is the right thing for you, but you have to figure out what you want, right? And then remove the guilt from your goals and your goal setting, because maybe it won't work out the way that you envisioned it, but you have to find, again, this inner trust of that it's for you, that it's your life, your life's path. And I'm going to pause here and say this is also when you decide, when you work with this idea, this tenet of figuring out what you want, that you now can set time to it, right? Set this 24-hour clock, calendar year clock to your goals. 3 months from now, I want this, or a year from now, I want this. I'm a big fan of the big picture. 10 years from now, what's it going to look like? Because we're so in this immediacy in our culture that it feels like we want everything now, and if it doesn't happen, it's not meant to be, so then chuck it, start something else. And the long game is beautiful, and the slow game is beautiful. So that's that, right? And the fourth and final thing is to let it go. Let it go. What that means is not this frivolous or this inconsiderate, uncaring way of looking at your goals and what you want from your life. Instead, it is the deepest trust that as you've done the things that you're doing, as you're in the process of managing your time and finding a relationship to your time, that you can let the things go, be in the rhythm of your life, and know that it's yours, right? This is time management. Now, I will 100% get my calendar out and do all the things that are on the organizational spectrum of time management. But without this side of it, without the roadmap, without the thing carved out for you, for who you are, without acknowledging that, I find that time management and the conversation around time can be really lacking in our life. So I hope that this serves you. I hope that you find yourself in this roadmap of time management. And I hope that most of all, you know that there's nothing wrong with you, that this is your life, that you are worthy, and that however it's going to play out, it will. Clarity first, then action, right? Not action first, because that just creates the more of the chaos and the confusion, right? I'm here for you. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in an email. Let me know however you prefer to contact me. I'm available. I will write you back. I promise that. And let me know where you land with this roadmap for time management. And also, do you need some more support? I'm here for you. Thanks, loves. See you next time.